Hey guys, it's Cthulthu here. Today's the 3rd of July 2011. Today is day 40 of the vlogs. So as I'm sure you already know, yesterday we went to Tormented Demons. It was a fantastic trip. I was a bit concerned whether the attendance would be very good, seeing as it would be my first time hosting an event without Zybez. But between myself and Geo, we managed to get 60 people at very most at the trip at one time. That is. We started with about 52, but yeah, people kept joining, so I'm sure we hit 60, probably above that. And yeah, I mean, I added 100 people, so we must have had 52 people at the start and a turnover of 50 people throughout the trip. And yeah, it was pretty decent. It was just as I was hoping. You know, I didn't want to get lots of drops, but all at one time. I wanted it to be spread out throughout the trip. And it was exactly like that. The trip lasted 2.5 hours, I believe, at least 2.5 hours, probably a bit more than that until I left. But I'm sure it continued a bit longer without me, so probably up to 3 hours. And yeah, we started the trip with getting 4 shards, and yeah, I don't know the exact name of it, but you know what I mean, the ruined dragon pieces. And yeah, those were about 60k each. So after a little while, we all had 240k. Well, I say all of us. I didn't, unfortunately. I mean, the second one I couldn't actually find the coin drop for. Not that I was too bothered. I mean, it's just 60k. But then I had a few connection problems, disconnected twice, and the first time I disconnected, as soon as I got on, I turned coin share on, and they got 2 shards while it was still turning on. So that was a bit annoying. But then again, again, it's just 60k. So yeah, and then we continued. We got 3 dragon daggers, and more importantly, we got 3 dragon claws. The first 2 dragon claw splits were probably about 300k each. I think the third was 400k. So pretty much everyone probably left with about 1 million, at least I know I did, and that was without getting 3 of the starting shards. We also got a 5th shard. So yeah, just to summarize, in total 5 shards, 3 claws, and 3 dragons within 2.5 hours. So it was very good. And yeah, like I was saying, they were nicely evenly spread out. So I mean, you could have come late, and well, actually, if you came later, then that's when you would have got the most money. Whereas if you felt 4 shards was enough for you, and you unfortunately left, then you did miss out on those claws. But yeah, it's the kind of trip that I always hope for, and on this occasion I definitely got. Already we're talking about, perhaps having our next event, what our next event would be. Naturally, I've just, finished doing Corporal Beast. Now I've done Pest Control and also Tormented Demons with you guys. Well, I say Pest Control, but you did that with my clan, really, as I wasn't present myself. I still want to do Castle Wars, though I think I might just do that myself with my own subscribers rather than doing it with anyone else. And but in the future, I definitely, I want to do something exciting. It's not necessarily about the money, because it's already going to be coin share. So if you guys are coming to these trips, you can't really expect to make much money. So with that in mind, what I really want to aim for is to have as much fun as possible. And Corporal Beast is definitely the best place. Tormented Demons, also one of the best places. And then the next one that comes to mind is Dagonoth Kings. Common drops, they're not worth that much, but they're common, so you'll still get some nice splits. And it's chaotic, so it's a lot of fun. So I'm thinking that might be our next trip, going to Dagonoth Kings. So yeah, that's what I think I'll actually do. Sometimes, it can be really mixed. Sometimes, the people, because I've had Dagonoth King trips before, and sometimes it can be really, really nice. I mean, like above all expectations, where, only one person dies. But other times, the Dagonoth King's Island can become a graveyard full of, graves absolutely everywhere. So you never really know, how a Dagonoth King's event will really go, whether it'll be very organised or not. But yeah, I think, it's always the most fun. And people always, say, can we go to Nex and everything like that? And honestly, guys, Nex is impossible to organise. You need to know the tactics before you come. And most people are way too lazy to learn those tactics. I mean, I've tried it before. I tried it with Zybez. Firstly, we didn't actually get many people coming. I think we had about 20, 25 people. But yeah, the big problem was people weren't listening to me, because I was actually doing it on Ventrilo. and people weren't people obviously hadn't read any of the instructions, the strategy guides. Clearly hadn't watched any Nex guide videos, etc. So yeah, that's the problem with Nex. I would have a mass, but only with people that I would be guaranteed they would firstly always listen to me regardless of what they were doing, regardless of what they thought would be the best option. They would just listen, or secondly, they just simply know what to do, so they don't need me to preempt them. They will already be on it or do whatever is necessary when it's necessary. So yeah, who knows? I may do next one day, but it'll probably be sometime into the future. So what else is there to talk about? So let's see. Something that I started the day doing, actually. I didn't realise this, but naturally after the Corporal Beast video, I mean, people were looking at my gear, etc. And a couple of people noticed, somehow, I have no idea how, but somehow they noticed that the Ava backpack thing was the accumulator, and they were saying that doesn't look like whatever the new one's called, the alerter, I think. And I was like, yeah, I don't actually know that this alerter thing exists. And apparently it's the Do Not Evil quest, and it only gives me 1 extra range bonus, so it's not exactly a big deal. But still, I've gone and done half the quest so that I can actually now get the alerter and use it. I've still got to finish the quest, but it's such a long and boring quest, and quite annoying as well. I mean, there's all these puzzles, well, not puzzles, just like mini games, like the whole icicle thing, ice pop, whatever. Ice pop, it's not ice pop, it's chalk ice, that was it. And then there was the green bananas lure thing that was really, really annoying. I mean, it took me a few attempts, even though it was clearly straightforward what to do. I mean, for some reason, I'd lay the banana down, and it would say that the path or the trail, that was it, the trail had ended. So I was having problems with that. But anyway, I've got the alerter, so don't even know if I'll bother doing the entire quest. Then again, it does seem to be connected to the Majorat, so I might have to think about doing it anyway. And yeah, so I did that yesterday, and then what else? I still haven't been back to Corporal Beast after my second attempt, though I'm actually feeling like going now. One thing that I've actually thought of was, you know what? Maybe it's best just to not take the cannon, but seeing as I'm farcasting, and that I don't have to, keep moving towards the Corporal Beast, perhaps, I'll just stun the core and then just stand next to it 24/7 and kill it that way. I don't know if that's really the best way, though. I mean, I think killing the core is much more better because, especially with a cannon, because it's quick that way. But also because, if you stun the dark core, you're still, it's still guaranteed to take a certain amount of HP away from you. Whereas you kill it, if you kill it, then as long as the trip goes well, it should really be healing the Corporal Beast for less overall. So yeah, I don't know what way to go. I think I'm definitely going to at least try it once without a cannon. And also, I think I'll take a third set of bolts, seeing as I'm not, too worried about bringing more brews or more restores or anything like that. I think I might bring Onyx bolts just for the end. Onyx bolts, therefore, giving me that healing effect right at the end, but also then doing a little bit more damage than a ruby bolt would. And also the fact that, well, you know what? I don't know. Maybe diamond is better to take, but I'll work that out. You know what? Just logically thinking, diamond would be better, even though it's an adamant bolt. I mean, its special is still, it does something. It increases your attack. So yeah, that also means I still haven't used my chaotic bow there as well. So I guess I've got to think about doing that. Anyway, right now what I'm actually doing is cutting magics. So I'll probably do that for a little while, and then I'll try and kill a few Corporal Beasts. It is in my plans to go to Nex. I mean, that was the whole point of getting Vigor and Celtic Crossbow in the first place. Also, I'm thinking about going to Armadil. I'm not very good at Armadil. I've only done it solo once, and I didn't go there to solo. I went there as a group, and I ended up soloing about 5 or 6 of them. And yeah, I mean, I don't have much confidence. Probably I have less confidence at Armadil than I have at Nex. So, but it's definitely something that I want to do in the future. So, and while I have the Pernix and everything, you know what, may as well make good use of it. and I'm actually losing so much money by keeping all this. But you know what? I've just stopped caring now. Who cares if I lose a bit of money, and maybe I'll get lucky and get a, you know, an Elysian or Divine, even a Spectral or Arcane solo at Corporal Beast. Not only would that make for good content, obviously, but you know, that would be a nice way to make all my money back, make, you know, everything worth it. You know, the subscribers is already worth it, worth losing all this money. Kind of feels like I'm paying to get more subscribers, because like the Bandos videos were extremely popular and I was getting plenty of subscribers from those videos, but yeah, it's at a huge loss in terms of, you know, how much I'm losing from keeping Torva and Pernix, because it's going down still quite heavily. So it kind of feels like I'm actually buying subscribers. But anyway, I think that's all I really need to say. So hopefully tomorrow you'll see me back at Corporal Beast. Hopefully more than one kill. I'll hopefully kill, you know, 5 or 6 and show you more of a compilation video. But yeah, until then, guys, and yeah, I don't know if that will be Monday or Tuesday, but hopefully as soon as possible. Until then, thank you very much, guys, for watching, and see you around.